So this was, for year 1. Year 2, we had similar things. We chose some of the topics from the previous year, but we also developed new ideas for year 2. And it was really interesting for that one meeting every year that we have, that faculty get together. It would have been nice to be a little bee and sit and listen to their conversations, because it was so invigorating to hear everything that was going on in that particular workshop. So the interdisciplinary teaching day. So let me talk about that one unit that I mentioned just now with the geology, economics, and biology people. So they had specific readings in their discipline that they had to read so that they became what's called as experts in their own field. So they were given a lot of readings to do. They discussed it in their own respective classes with respect to their own disciplines. They came to the National Teaching Day on that Wednesday. So the moment they walk in, we put them into groups, like 2 bio, 1 economics, 1 geology students, stuck them all together in groups. And then we gave them a role-playing scenario with a fictitious country and a problem that they had to solve. And so they brought in their readings, their knowledge, and then they had to talk in an interdisciplinary manner with the other people in the group and come up with, solutions. So focus being on solutions. One of the readings was this MIT study that they had on algae. So this particular student, the picture that you see, she did that in the national teaching, but she used that as a semester project. She worked on it all through the semester, and at the end of the semester, we have what we call as a Maricopa Sustainability Day, and that is when she presented her project, and she came up with this neat idea of creating an algae tube to stick behind the car to clean the exhaust fumes from the car. So that was her semester project. She wants to patent it now. So it's kind of cool with the ideas that they come into. So it's not just the national teaching or the Focus the Nation, but it's also how we do our events all through the semester. Because throughout the semester, we have lots of activities going on in our campus. It's kind of nice because we are relatively new campus, especially when you think of East Coast schools. And so we are like 20 years old, and I've been there since the beginning almost at my college. And so all the faculty are new, and they're very excited to teach, and we don't have traditional barriers inside our campus. So it's kind of fun to teach in a very interdisciplinary manner. So at the Maricopa Sustainability Day, at the end of the semester in April is when semester is almost ending for us, because next week is finals for us. And so we had a chemistry student. His semester project was to convert his car. He bought an old car, and he converted the engine to an alternative fuel car. So that was his semester project. An English student did some poetry readings. She wrote up poetry on climate change, did some readings, etc. So it was across the board, the curriculum. Sustainability Day, both years, around 140 to 150 posters. So we had huge poster presentations. We had a speaker's corner for almost like a Hyde Park atmosphere. Students just stand there, pick up the mic, and just talk for 2-3 minutes, And then, of course, we had a formal presentation area elsewhere. So it was really interesting to see the amount of learning that took part in the semester. And I don't know, should I talk about my campus a little bit?
Yeah, I think we got a couple more minutes if you'd like to do that. Yeah.
All right. So our campus, we got a grant from AAC&U. It's called the Shared Futures Grant. And as a result of that grant, we went ahead and had our strategic plan revamped to include sustainability and global learning as one of the core goals of our campus. This really energized our campus. And so when you look at this particular picture over there, it's not just the curriculum, not just the facilities, but we are trying to build a tech center, which is environmentally sound. And then we have service learning opportunities for our students and lots of co-curricular activities. So, the strategic plan with our college goals really, with our president coming on board and the grassroots from the faculty and the student side, it really energized our campus quite a bit. And our president, of course, signed the President's Climate Commitment, which helped us with a lot of events. all through the semester, we have a whole lot of events. We have invited speakers, we have activities going on. 3,721 students participated last year in all of these activities. And that's quite a feat for a community college with the revolving population that we have. And our one book, I think Stephanie mentioned it yesterday, she actually showed the presentation at the AACU conference last month, sorry, and that was a surprise for us. We didn't know that she had our college on her presentation. But we have this where we choose a book and all the different disciplines try to use different parts of the book. As a biologist, I can't use all of it. I may use a chapter here, a chapter there. An English student may read the whole book. So depending on what you teach, you decide how much of the book you use. And we have lots of activities revolving on it. And then we usually have the speaker up there. Last year's book was Dumpster Dive. So, I'm sorry, Garbage Land. Last year's book was Garbage Land. So, because everything was with garbage, we created this Dumpster Dive, totally student-run. We have a student, active student group that actually ran this entire show. And we collected garbage from all different parts of our campus for 2 days, and then we put it into our big lawn that we have. And then the students had to go through the trash and find out what is it we really dispose of. Really, hard-hitting practical examples. But as a biologist, I had nightmares because, oh gosh, the germs in it, I mean, we gave them gloves, but still, who's going to fall sick? And so it was interesting. Math classes were involved. There were a whole bunch of classes involved in this particular initiative. This, also, another thing we did was we collected water bottles for a month because you know how in Arizona you're always thirsty because it's hot and water bottles are plenty. So we wanted to change the mindset of our students on how to be more sustainable. So we created an art sculpture with the water bottles, and people had to put in writings inside the bottle and so on. And so it was really neat activity that they had. And after that, we see less use of water bottles on campus, more reusable, not these plastic ones. Service learning is big. As I mentioned, we are a community college, so we have lots of service learning activities for our students with environment projects and mentoring and so on. And our HEAT Club, which is our student club, very active. They're the ones who put together the dumpster dive, etc. And so they have been active in the Darfur project, this year Nigeria project, and etc. And we are trying to put together an academic certificate for our campus, which we just started. And so they get their regular 2-year degree, but they have a concentration in sustainability and ecological literacy. So this is where we are with our curriculum side. So idea is excite and empower our students with knowledge and programs, and so that they become the change that we wish to see in the world, as Mahatma Gandhi has said. Thank you.